Welcome! Another Truckin' Thursday here on the Game Vault Pod. I am your host, Mark. I was trying some things, that's why we were slightly late outside of the normal 9 p.m. Deadline here, or time frame that I usually do. I was trying to put a trucker hat on myself in the camera, but that became virtually impossible. Because A, I'm not any skilled at doing it, and B, I was trying to make it from pictures on the internet that weren't meant to match my head, and it would have looked dumb. Maybe I'll figure it out for next time. But anyway, remember last time, or no, it was 2 weeks ago, we are going to Oxnard, California, because Tom wanted to check out and see if we could get to Disney World. Now, since Tom will not be joining us on the stream today, at least from a on Discord side, we won't do the Disney World thing, but we will finish this job. Maybe pick up another one. Maybe I'll just stay in California just so we're not really going too far for next week. Yeah. So, without any further ado, let's get started. How's everyone doing out there? Yeah, the game audio will quiet a little bit once we get on the road. It's just the menus are ridiculously loud. Yep, so this thing, so it was my birthday on Monday, and a coworker surprised me with this thing that keeps all your drinks cold and hot. I think it's 12 hours hot, 24 hours cold, because he saw me with the stupid plastic bottle, and I kept complaining about how my 32 ounces of water would go cold throughout the day. So I got this big giant thing here that I'm drinking. The things that you love to get when you're 35. Alright, so let's see. I just picked up this job. I gotta figure out how to get out of here. There we go. I'm gonna use the overhead cam to get out of here. So last time I tried to get out of Plaster and Sons, I completely botched it and got stuck. Alright. Now we can go to first person view. There we go. Alright, so as I was saying, how's everybody doing? I am just glad to get back to Truckin' here as we wait for Idaho to come in so we can go some places there. But yeah, I've been playing a lot. If you heard the stream on Monday, or even some of the Destiny stream, I've been playing a lot of the early access Satisfactory, because I found that while not so much OCD about it, I found that I like the idea of setting up assembly lines and, getting things in order and building a base and things like that. So that game that's all you do. Maybe I'll switch over real fast at the end of this stream to show you a little bit of that. Or maybe we can play the second half of the stream after we get to Oxnard, playing some Satisfactory. What else to talk about? I could just talk about some ideas I'm thinking of content, and see if you guys like it or have any thoughts on it. I did a stream last week. I believe it was Saturday or Sunday last week, where I played Trails in the Sky. Played about an hour and a half of it. I want to continue playing it. Now, I've had thoughts of either doing that as a morning stream on like a Sunday or a Saturday or something like that, or a Saturday or Sunday. I don't know why I said those backwards. Or maybe taking a little bit of a break from Truckin and play that for a couple weeks and then get back to Truckin. Not entirely sure what to do there. Just trying to find a spot for this. This guy's got to get out of the fast lane. Because I don't want to hurt our average viewer counts by going on at like 10 a.m. in the morning. Who knows? Hey, Arizona. Who knows? Maybe an audience will follow me. That's why I'm talking it out with you guys right now. Because it seems like all of my show ideas tend to get the least amount of viewers. So I don't want to be adding extra stuff to it and hurting our path to, you know, affiliate. Oh, that's an old school truck. Alright, nothing like going like 70, 80 miles an hour in a big giant truck. Yeah, I was saying I want to play this RPG called Trails in the Sky, which I already streamed. That would be a good one to play, especially if a lot of my streams are going to be solo, Dan. You know, I need a good single player thing that I can talk through. I would love to play, you know, there's a couple of games I would love to play, but I would mostly want Jen there to experience or be playing them. So I was thinking of doing a feature, and maybe you can comment on this, in like a month or so. I don't know why my voice cracked there. In a month or so, in regards to chasing the platinum for what's it called, The Last of Us 2. Because I got to go through most of the game to get some of the collectibles. Play it on New Game Plus, and then I can talk to the game and maybe have a chat with our audience out there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think I was going to give it until the end of July. Let people beat it before I play it on New Game Plus, chasing the platinum for it. I think I only got to get collectibles. Yeah, we'll make that an August thing. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I worry about is I would like to have one of the mods in chat while I'm playing Last of Us Part 2. Just so things don't get out of hand. I guess that could be a way for Jen to experience the story if she wants to. Yeah, just let you know that's a much shorter game than the RE2 remake was. Oh, Warzone's probably a better idea, to be honest, Dan. because everything I heard about that RE3 remake was it wasn't as good as 2, and there's not as much nostalgia for that game. And I will gladly join you on Warzone. I am terrible at those games, but I have a lot of fun. Yeah, the RE3 remake is like 8 hours, I believe. Hey, really? It's the first time I drove through Phoenix? Guess so. Somehow I drove around the biggest city in Arizona every time I've come through the state. Oh, I'm down to... I will probably, if it's Warzone, which I believe is free, I'll probably download that for PC. But if we ever, for any reason, get into, playing the other multiplayer stuff, I think you can cross-play it. So I probably play through my Xbox. Just so I don't have to purchase the game again. Yeah. God bless the really straight roads here. Then I can stop and take a drink. Alright. Getting Interstate 10, heading to sunny Los Angeles. I'm going to get a ticket. He's probably going to keep giving me a ticket until he gets off the highway. I'm still amazed by how this game looks with the upgraded textures and going 4K, or as high-end 4K as you can go for American Truck Simulator. I think I might also upgrade my truck after this delivery. Not sure. Yeah, we'll probably talk about it at our production meeting for the streams. Whether, as much as I love American Truck Simulator, it's one of those things where it's not bringing in viewers, and, my cohorts tend to have things to do on Thursday nights. And if I don't have viewers in chat, it just becomes me talking into the void for 2 hours, which can get kind of boring. Yeah, and it's also a game that if you don't have a million people in chat or a million people or a couple people in the voice chat with you, that it just kind of is not very, you know, good content. Yeah, Dan, I originally thought of this stream. I originally thought of this stream as sort of like a chill out, like way for the, for the three of us to chat, in something that wasn't a podcast, to an audience. But I don't think I've been able to get both of them on at the same time at any point in the Truckin' Thursdays, in terms of voice. So that's why I've been thinking about shaking it up a bit. That's what I'm hoping for too, for on multiple fronts, not just streaming, Dan. I think it'll be D&D will probably improve. With the is this like a bridge? I'm going to check that achievement when we're done. Because I can't imagine. I mean, as it's well known and documented on these streams and podcasts, I share my house with my grandmother because I take care of her because she can't really live alone. So, but it's different than sharing it with 3 or 4 other people trying to make content. I think as long as we get momentum going into November for Extra Life, I think that's good in terms of the streaming. Because we're going to be able to roll and have a good audience and to be able to make that event huge. To be honest, that's my one goal with this, is that maybe we can make side income or anything like that. It's awesome. But I would like to just make that Extra Life event a lot more special than it already is. And I think building an audience does that. We can do some of the crazy shit that I want to do. In terms of having, if you donate this much money, you can, make Mark eat something stupid or make Dan wear a crazy hat. Hold on one second. Pause. Like, as you guys missed in the beginning,
Hello.
Hey, American Truck Simulator does not play well with needing to go to other screens. So, I have to pause to Alt-Tab out and then put it in.
I've arrived, everyone. You can start now.
Okay. Oh, my second speeding ticket. Awesome.
Oh, sorry. You can blame that one on me.
Oh, no, I'm in cruise control.
Oh, okay. That's your fault.
It was a $2,000 speeding ticket, but I have 200 grand in the bank, so
Oh, you're good.
I'm good. Yeah, and this is about a $50,000 job. So
I really like your background, Mark. It looks really awesome.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit more with it. Are we stopping? No, that's just them being slow. Yeah, I realized I need my overhead light on. I'm looking into ring lights and stuff like that. Unless this lighting is great, but it could be better.
Looks fine to me. But yeah, you can always trust me. Once you go down that hole, though, of improving your gamer space, there's no bottom.
I'm just more worried about the camera. I don't care about what's behind me. I just don't want there to be. Well, I do care, but but it's like I would rather have the lighting be fine.
Mm. You can get a key light.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or one of those ring things for that they use for, YouTube videos.
True.
I can literally
you can
sit
probably
that right in back of my television.
Yeah.
So.
What is Dan talking about? The social media game needs to be picked up. You talking about us?
Yeah. We were discussing how what's it called? I was saying maybe I'm thinking of different content for Thursdays because, for some reason Thursdays have been a bad night for getting all of us together, and simulators get kind of boring. If there's either just me talking or, if it's just us, so maybe doing different games and maybe drawing an audience.
You could even do, like, if you wanted to keep the simulator theme, maybe you can just do, like, a bunch of different simulators. Because I know you have enough of those.
Oh.
Uh-oh, is my voice coming through ridiculously loud again?
Probably.
Hold on.
Yeah, I wasn't... Yeah, I understand. I'm not saying that... I'm just saying it seemed, like maybe I shouldn't pick content that's dependent on all three of us. Especially when we have one other night where we're doing that. That's what's good about Retro Roulette is that Tom can basically do that himself if needed, because it will draw a little bit of an audience for retro games.
How do I sound now, Tom? Turn my gain way down.
Yeah, worst case, I might have to turn you down.
Yeah, I think that's usually what you have to do.
It's just an extra step for me.
So this is the job we signed up for last stream, right?
Yep.
I forget what you're doing. Are you hauling like cheese or something? Okay.
Concrete tubes.
Oh yes, that's right. Final destination.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I was getting ready to go lower you, but he says much better.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Yeah, no. Yeah, my point was being when we were talking about it with, the three of us, it's not, we don't do this professionally. So we probably should have, like, that one night where we play a multiplayer game all together. Yeah. And then the other content is based off of things we can do if we're alone.
Right.
That's not dependent on having, somebody else on Discord.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this game is hard to play by yourself, like you were saying. It's driving. Yeah. Like if you were in the truck by yourself, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one stream I was actually literally nodding out, like in real life on stream. Because
through simulation.
It was near the end.
Yeah.
It's important. Yeah, and I was also saying that, Dan was mentioning, once you get your place, you can set up a little better and have a little more freedom in terms of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I said I just want to get at least enough of it rolling that Extra Life is a bigger event than it already is.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. I think
that'd be fun this year.
Sure, we can, maybe have side income or something like that with this thing if possible. But I think the one goal I would have for as long as we do this is just make sure Extra Life or any of the charity stuff we do is a big deal.
Definitely. Last year was
Yeah.
definitely hit those numbers and then exceed them this year
Yep.
for
Yep.
Chopped.
Yeah, I'll probably put it at like right below what we made last year.
Yeah. For anyone listening, I'm sure we'll come up with some fun new things to do. Maybe some stakes or something,
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was
based on
like, if
donation.
the audience gets bigger, then we can do
Yep.
the stupid shit I want to do in terms of you donate $10, Market has to eat a hot pepper or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, but when it's like 6 people, it's like,
Right.
Mark ate 6 peppers. Hey, it's like I
Yeah.
wouldn't want the same people donating over and over and over again. Even though I'm sure Ant would do that,
Right.
but yeah, that was my original idea for the first thing was to have like a wheel of consequences.
Oh my God, I love it.
And someone donates a certain amount, we spin the wheel, and
Yep.
there's like a tiny sliver of something really good on there.
That's great. That would be really fun for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're on our way to Oxford, which is the closest I could get to Los Angeles. Tom, so
Yeah.
I will attempt to find Disney. I will pick up a job in LA, which forces me to drive into LA.
If we get there.
I'm assuming I'm going to have to get off, yeah, because I'm not going to San Diego. I'm getting on the 5 now.
Dan mentioned D&D for Extra Life. That was so fun. Like all of Extra Life was really fun, but I really enjoyed D&D and all of the interaction we got from that playing live. That was really cool.
Yeah, playing live is awesome with that.
Yeah.
It's just we need to have our setup good. Like either like when we do it live in person, or if we, but people probably don't have good streaming setups. Do it like some of them have with the cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I still think that's a campaign 2 thing, is to go all live.
That would be awesome. Yeah, definitely. Tom said he's hoping we can all be together for Extra Life, and we'll hopefully come up with a backup plan. If not, it would be much harder to hold each other accountable for staying awake if we're not together.
Yeah, we can. Well, that's maybe make a, that multicam layout you're making up.
Yep.
We can just. Yep. Hey, somehow there wasn't a car for me to hit there.
That was your free pass.
Yeah, I saw Oxnard out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, that's where I'm going. Yeah, we can either do one of 2 options I had for Extra Life. If it turns out that we're still in this shitty situation that we're currently in, is that either we can break it up into pieces, like we're all together for the opening, like try to do remote D&D to open it, and then someone takes over for the next 6 hours or something, a group of 2, and and then a group of 2 takes over for another 6, and then just make sure that we're all together for like the final 2 or 3 hours.
Yep.
That would be the way to do it, because unfortunately in my situation, sitting in my room for 24 hours would either be really shitty to the person that I asked to watch my grandmother, or it'd be really shitty to my grandmother. And also, I'm sure, Nicole and Lynn wouldn't be ecstatic.
Having it happen.
We can convince one of them with bribes.
Hopefully this is a lot better than it is even now.
Yeah,
We could just do it in person.
yeah, we can shoot for November.
Yeah. We did, what was it, the second week of November last year?
Yeah, yeah. It's always the problem is I think I'll have to look. Maybe the week changes, but I know
Mm-hmm.
Extra Life Day usually falls around your anniversary.
Yep.
So actually doing it on Extra Life Day
Right.
won't be able to happen. I think at least 3 or 4 times per 6 year cycle or whatever it is with days of the week.
Let's see what day it is.
What's like the first Saturday in November? That's what it usually
That
is.
is the 7th, November 7th.
That's not bad. Might actually be able to do that.
November 8th is the start of Extra Life, so that's Sunday, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have it on a Sunday.
Yeah, November 8th, 2020 at 10 a.m. Well, that's at the Radisson Hotel,
Oh, that's probably an actual event.
their actual event.
Yeah.
Let me click
But
on the
there,
actual
yeah,
website.
Extra Life usually has what they call an Extra Life Day.
Oh, November 7th. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually the first
So
Saturday
the actual
in November.
day. Yeah. The actual day this year is November 7th at 8 a.m. What?
Yeah, we usually hit 9 a.m.
Yep. Was it 9 a.m. to 8 a.m.? Or do we just go 9 to 9?
Well, it depends on if that's a time change then.
Oh, that's another thing I'll look up. Step 2.
I think it's the same day.
We're first.
Oh, no.
So no time change for us this year.
Nice. All right, let me go park this truck and then we can see if I can find Disney. I'll go sleep first just so it's daytime.
You need to be rested for your Disney trip. I went to download Warzone yesterday,
Yeah.
and it's a huge download. I'm like, I'll just walk away and, come back and it'll be done. I came back after like an hour or two yesterday, and I don't know if I like lost internet connection. It looked like it fully downloaded, so I'm like, oh, sweet. I just went to boot it up today, and it was only a quarter downloaded.
It was
I'm
probably
like,
ready to
oh.
play.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, and I think it might have just finished. Yeah, it did. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
It's a long download.
I didn't make it. We'll be level 18 next time.
Nice.
Okay. We do some truck upgrades. See if there's anything. Ooh. Let's see.
Ooh. Bumper modern flares.
Let's put these bad boys on. Oh, I have to go to the shop. Okay. Where's the nearest shop? Let's see. World map. Where's it taking me? It's taking me to LA. That'd be awesome.
Taking you nowhere. There you go.
Oh no, the shop is right here in Oxnard. Alright, yeah, let's go there.
You're not too far from LA.
Nope, we're right there. That's where I'm going to pick up my next job, just so we're driving in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and I'm going to use overhead cam to get out of these places from now on.
Good idea. At least this place looks like it makes sense for why you'd be dropping off
Yeah.
big concrete tubes. Boats still I don't get. Aside from it being obviously full of cocaine.
Yeah, it was definitely full of drugs.
Yeah. That was just obvious.
There we go. That is
Looks like for a second you hit like a barrier or something.
There is an invisible wall on my left, on my right.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright. Out. I can go back to first person. Yeah, and the other thing I was mentioning was that RPG I'm playing. I'm thinking of making that like maybe a weekend morning show, or replacing Thursdays, but I'm not sure. I just want
Beauty
to
of
play.
this is we could do whatever we want. That was Bali. Get a ticket for that.
Nope. Here we go. Service center.
Open 24 hours.
Let's upgrade. Nope, not service. That's not what I'm looking for. I'll get it anyway. It was only like $5,000. Alright, let's get the best chassis that I can get. Oh no, that's right. This is the best I can do right now. Level 18 upgrades. Alright, I can upgrade my engine.
Nice.
There we go. Still have the best transmission. Interior. Nah, I like that one better. Paint job, no.
What are you getting a refund for?
I guess what I already have.
Oh,
I
okay.
have no idea.
Interesting.
Yep, let's put this on there.
Nice.
Let's see, where else do we have something new? Okay, something new for the sun visor. We'll get the best one. Just looking for those stars.
Yeah.
That's where the new stuff is. I think that's it.
How come the grill is still blinking?
But it's because I haven't bought it yet.
Okay. You don't have the mud flap girls on your mud flaps?
No, they don't have them yet. Oh, what's this? Exhaust. Yeah, let's get a better exhaust. See, but if I do this exhaust, you don't really see it.
It's so weird.
What is this? Does this have an advantage to it? No, we'll go with the doubles.
What was the difference?
Well, there's nothing.
Right. I mean, like, did it give you an advantage or?
No. I'm just thinking it looks.
Yeah, it looks way cooler with the double.
Yeah. Alright, inside. Anything new? Is there? Oh. I already got that right. Yeah, that's the sun visor. Oh, crap. There we go. Is there any new hanging items? No. Alright, I think that's all I can buy. Let's confirm order. Alright, let's go pick up a job in Los Angeles. And then we can see if we can find Disney Freight Market in Los Angeles. Let's see.
Oh, you could tow cars. That's risky.
Let's see. We'll do price per distance. So it gives me. Let's go to. Hmm, 7 hours. Yeah, we'll do this quick drive to Southern California.
Okay.
Because then maybe I can get done. Alright. Let's get going. I'll go to sleep right over here. So that we can get it to the daytime.
Like that park job, just right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Well, that's where it gave me the prompt to go to sleep, so.
What time is it right now?
11:30 a.m. I don't know why half the sky is still night.
It's really freaky.
Yeah.
We've entered another dimension.
Yep. Well, we're in Hellscape, Los Angeles.
Yeah, that explains it.
I'm just gonna run this light. Those $700 means nothing to me.
What are you towing again? A harvester or something?
What's that?
You're towing a harvester, right?
I will be towing the harvester.
You gotta go pick it up.
I gotta pick it up in LA. This is real weird.
It really is.
Let's see if I... I'm trying to think of ways to... Oh, there's the ocean. That looks great. Yeah, something bugged out.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love bugs.
Taking the PCH here. In Malibu. Hey! There we go.
Oh.
Daylight popped in.
It looks much better being daytime now.
Yeah, we do.
It's capitalism.
It's capitalism for you. Alright, so... Let's see.
Oh my god, that was really close. That's how everyone was out driving today, by the way.
Yeah.
Literally everyone was driving like a psycho in real life.
I am going to... Let me go back on the 101. Let's pick something in here.
A busy street is actually ambiance for your game.
Yeah, so I'm going to...
It adds to it.
I'm going to go to that place. Just so I can go into actual LA. I like Ant is like my driving school instructor.
I missed your epic accident flying over a bridge.
Yeah.
Or whatever you did. I missed it too, unfortunately.
The overpass thing.
Yeah.
Because I literally, the best part about it, if I could figure out where it is on the video, is that I literally say to Tom, I can follow this median and then just get back on the highway. And then like 2 seconds later, it's a giant hole.
I think that was like right before I signed on for that stream.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Alright, we're in LA. Don't know. Don't know where Disney would be.
In Disney.
Oh, what, to not drive illegally? Yeah, you can play it that way. I played loose as spirit of the law.
He left.
Yeah. Oh, that was only one. That was only 1%. Awesome. Can you just go?
Didn't even hit you that hard. Just go. King. He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
Yeah.
He's hauling like a house or something, like a trailer.
Hey, buddy, I'm going to drive up next to you so we can exchange insurance information. There goes my card. Bye.
Oh no, the wind took it.
Hotel on the beach. Let's take a quick tour around LA. Just to see if we can find any signs of where Disney would be. I don't think being on the PCH will work. Alright, now we're in out. Let me look at the map real fast. Let's see. Where, if I was putting Disney World on this map, where would I put it? The fun part is, I don't know. Is Tom still there?
I don't know. Let me see if I can look it up too.
Disney World on American Truck Simulator.
See that it is typing really loud next to the microphone. Let's see.
Hopefully you can pull up a map.
Yeah.
I'll go up here.
Seeing pictures of Disneyland or American Truck Simulator.
It might not even be in here. But Tom wanted me to see if we can find it.
Let me see. There's a list of known landmarks.
Okay. We're trying to find Disney, Tom. There.
World's tallest thermometer.
We're at the Santa Monica Pier. And let's turn into LA.
Wood sign. Santa Monica.
Yeah, like I said, it may not even be in there.
Specifically said that they didn't see Disneyland.
Oh, okay. All right, and let's GPS to get a job. Sorry, Tom.
Sad faces.
Yeah, he's sad. Yeah, I think I might have to update the mod for the realistic businesses thing. Because I see some of them that he should have been able to.
The one that just drove by.
Yeah, the global whatever could be is a General Mills truck.
Yeah, the Acme. And
for some reason, the Wallbirds is definitely Walmart, but it is not labeled as such. The Hollywood sign's coming up, and they changed it to, it looks like World of Trucks.
Yep, I just saw that.
Yeah.
I was looking.
I got all the money in the world if I need to buy new brakes. That's the advantage to being like a good truck simulator player. I'm just gonna run it. Is that if you're not terrible and you finish the jobs, you can accrue enough money.
Counter for all the laws that you break during one of these streams. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep a track.
Yeah. And we'll just read you your violations at the end.
I would be like infamous.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That trucker is like all over the road everywhere he goes. I love noticing the delay on ants.
Yep.
I might as well get gas while I'm here, just so I don't forget. Probably shouldn't get it in LA, but
You notice the gas prices are different where you go?
yeah.
Like in the game?
Yeah. I think one place was like 3 something. There we go.
$450. Whoa.
I stopped, and then he just kept going. Like, there's no avoidance technology.
Yeah.
Like, I stopped when I saw him coming, and he just drove right into me instead of going around me.
In a farming simulator, there is somewhat of an avoidance. But that's one. That's a really pretty view.
Yeah.
That was a scary accident because you have 3 mirrors. You just saw the guy coming at you.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm my own boss, so I can be a terrible truck driver. And this short job should probably take us to the end of the stream. And then I want to do a quick 10 minutes of showing off Satisfactory. Yeah, so it sounds like Dan is also excited about Warzone.
Yes, he is. Steve has been playing it, so he was trying to just to download it. And now that I have the new computer, I was like, yeah, that's fine. You know, when I have time, you know, I've been playing a bunch of games. I don't know. And then with Destiny giving me a hard time, figured it made sense.
Yeah.
He already told Dave that I downloaded it. So he's like, when are we going to play?
Oh.
Now, and hopefully it doesn't give me any issues. Let's see.
Alright, that was my turn. Let's back up.
Hey, one. didn't smash into the side of your truck.
Yep. Alright. Let's get this job.
People just watched you do that and were like, great, now you're going to take our stuff.
Oh, he's terrible, but he always gets the stuff where it needs to go. His truck may be damaged all the time, but the cargo never is. Alright, sky view. Yep. No, got it straight. I thought I might get video gamey luck there.
Yep.
Nope, yep. That'll work.
Really strong magnet.
Yep. Alright. Back to first person.
She first.
What? I avoided all those cars. That's bullshit, Gabe.
It said that you hit them?
Yeah.
On the screen for you if you hit something or get damage.
Yeah, if it, yeah, you get a violation. I did it
It
again.
pop up on the GPS.
Yeah. I did it again. Trying to avoid that car. Got myself caught. There we go. Sorry, guys. It's always the beginning of the trips that's tough for me.
Hmm. And out on the highway.
Yep. Not even that, it's just I don't have the gauge of how long or how wide the thing I'm carrying is.
Yeah, that's true. It looks like there's another truck behind you.
Yeah.
You're towing.
Let's see, I am... Yeah, the harvester. Alright. Yep, and this should take about... Yeah, roughly about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes.
Taking it to a different spot in LA? Forget.
No, I'm taking it into, like, outside San Diego. I'm saying in real time, 15, 20 minutes. Game time, it's like 4 hours. I wonder if I'll drive through San Diego. Yeah, because I don't know if you were on yet, but I apparently had never driven through Phoenix before.
Really?
Even though I've been through Arizona at least 3 or 4 times.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it pops up when you discover locations. I wish there wasn't like you don't get that I was able to play the music and not get everything muted.
Do you have the stream muted?
But yeah, I mean, they would the copyrighted music.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Stinks.
because we did that the first thing, and
Mm.
Tom was like, "Yeah, most of it got muted."
Mine finally worked putting a disclaimer in the description of the video.
Okay.
I was definitely using permission. It just, I don't know why they were flagging it. So I'm like, let me put a description in there, or a disclaimer in the description.
Hey, I got permission.
Yeah, literally. Like, this was used with permission by this website.
We just need someone to write us like chill music, like 10 minutes worth of chill music.
Yeah. Brother used to make music.
Yeah, we definitely have to do
He wants a
something
new one.
that is done with a machine.
Mm.
I'll stay in the middle lane. You know, because I wouldn't want Tom to have to sit there and play on the guitar for 10 minutes.
Nonstop.
That's the one thing I like about this is it doesn't get mad at you for if you float
Mm.
in lanes. The only thing you get a ticket for, which is obvious that you should, is if you're going the wrong way
Right.
for too long. I am excited for D&D this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be fun. What did we decide? We decided noon on Sunday?
Yeah, because I looked at that storm coming on Saturday, and I'm like, last thing I need is someone's power to go out in the middle of it.
Mm. It's like a tropical storm or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be like heavy rain on our side, but I don't know how east in North Jersey you are. But it looks like it's going to hit north more than south.
Time.
Yeah, by that map that I put in the chat.
Usually the weather in Newark is pretty accurate to where the weather is here, where we live right now.
Yeah, so I think, and also I think might go with the idea if everybody's cool with it of doing back-to-back weeks instead of a long session Sunday.
Yeah, I think that should be all right. Especially if it's in the middle of the day, because I have to get back into packing and stuff, so that probably would be fine.
Yeah,
Just do like 2 1-hour sessions.
yeah, we do our normal 2.5 hours that we do. Oh man, we're driving by these wind farms. We're gonna get cancer.
Noise pollution.
Um, but yeah. I don't know.
Can't wait to see the terrors that you have in store for us.
Yeah, there's.
This weekend.
Yeah, what's coming up is literally the idea of multiple threads are out there, and I'm prepared for all of them.
You sure? All of them?
Well, of the ones I laid out. If you guys pick something completely different, then you're just abandoning what you're doing. Which was like, I heard in, I don't know if it's in the session or if it's during the talk in between, like when I was editing.
Mm.
And Dan was talking about the thing on the map that was like the Tomb of the Worm, which is completely on another island away from where you guys are.
We thought it sounded cool.
Do that. And I'm like, yeah, I guess we can do that, but
Yeah. Technically, it's not meta, right? If like your character will be looking at the map and seeing that,
Yeah, yeah. No,
totally
it's not,
could.
and especially bored.
Right. Like,
Or,
ooh, a
look, a
worm.
tomb of the worm. I want to fight a worm.
Yeah. Crabs.
Yeah,
A worm.
yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. It's nice that we even though we didn't play last weekend, it's still fresh in my mind from the weekend before.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. If we do this back-to-back weeks,
Yeah.
you'll see how much better it is. Not that we can do it weekly normally, but that you guys will remember just about everything.
Yeah.
It's just an unfortunate in our situation.
Right.
We're not Critical Role. We're more closer to the Dimension 20 people when they do their non-live seasons. Is that they go in and tape like 4 hours, and then that's like 2 episodes. But they do it like months in advance.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're like closer to them in terms of the way we produce the content.
Yeah. At one point, we were pretty far ahead of ourselves with recordings.
Yeah.
Caught up. I think we should do another Talking with Strangers
Yeah.
at some point soon.
Yeah, we'll see
The
what
touch
happens.
base.
We'll see what happens in this episode, this session, to see if there's a good breaking point coming up where it would be a good check-in.
Be cool.
But I gotta see if you guys get there in this session. And that isn't me being facetious of I'm gonna kill you guys, ha ha ha. It's just really about how far into the story you get. If you, you know, obviously there's always the if you survive caveat, but
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Enemies lately, yes.
yeah.
How many? Are we caught up before I ask my question?
Yeah, yeah. The last episode aired Wednesday.
Okay. How many? Because I think you mentioned this, but I forgot. How many white dragons would we have fought if we woke up the sleeping dragon?
Well, it depends on how long you stayed.
Probably would have stayed for a good amount of time.
Well, a good amount of time is, you know, each round is 6 seconds. So, you know, depending on if you would have just tried to escape or tried to kill him, would depend. If it takes you a couple rounds to escape, then probably, you know, there's some wormlings around and stuff like that that would have come out, like in any lair. You know, but if you stayed long enough, you know, the other adult dragons would have shown up. Yeah, all that stuff depends on time, because literally those dragons, once you start an encounter in a lair like that, have turns that you don't see in terms of their movement.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So it just depends on. Yeah, so that's why with Cranor, when you blew the Zhorkin, that's why it took them like 2 or 3 rounds to get there.
Yeah. You thought more about doing more like behind the scenes DM streams?
Well, I mean, no. That whole thing with the dragons is literally, I know their fly speed. They all take double moves. How long would it take them to get to you? How many rounds? And sometimes just to be random, I'll roll like a D4 or a D6 or something.
In like, remember how you did that one live stream a while back where you were doing like a world building?
Yeah.
You thought more about doing that?
I would love to do that, but it would have to be for a new, you know, or a different setting, or maybe talking to you about how to set up a setting, you know. I wouldn't want to do Stranger Damies.
Right.
Because then I would have to do it by myself.
Yeah, no one would be able to watch.
Yeah. I mean, the audience could watch,
cool.
but...
Right. have our regular viewers.
Yeah.
Maybe we can build something world that I could use for the campaign that I was working on,
Yeah.
like a town or something.
Yeah, essentially we could do that, and you could just spitball ideas off me, and I can like tell you strategies that I used, and then we can just sort of
Cool.
work in that. Yeah, I would definitely love to do that.
Wouldn't be as much of a spoiler if we wound up playing the campaign eventually.
No,
It would be
no,
like, oh, this is the place that we made.
yeah, yeah. It'd be like those streams where Matt Mercer built like NPCs with the audience.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we can build NPCs and stuff like that.
Awesome. Is that a horse?
Probably.
Boobs.
Yeah, and I was saying to Dan, the other thing I was going to do, like in August, I was going to play through New Game Plus to sort of platinum The Last of Us Part 2.
Mm.
And, you know, just avoid it. And I was like, I guess that would be a way if Jen's not planning on buying that game anytime soon to experience the game without having to play it.
It's true.
And I'll
Is
play
it in August?
Yeah, I'll play it on the earliest, easiest level. Just so we can get through just the story. Because I'm not one of those crazy people, oh man, you gotta play it on Survivor with no bullets.
Jeez, yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I don't need that. Alright, so we delivered our package. I'm not going to pick up one here. I'm going to save. Because there's always the thing where if the game updates, you know, I could lose the job. So there's no point in picking one now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and flip over real fast and see if I can load up in Satisfactory for about 10 minutes just to show you that off real fast. Because that would be another boring game to just sit around. Especially when you see what it is. But I'll do a quick sign out. Thank you for joining me once again. Truckin' Thursdays here. Don't know if this will be the last one or not. I think we're going to discuss and try to figure out maybe something else for Thursdays here. Yeah, so thank you for joining me. If this is where you're cutting out, I completely understand. But I'm going to switch over to Satisfactory for about 10 minutes. And then we'll end the stream there. So, alright, let's exit the game. Alright. I love how the bot in Discord is basically shaming me.
Why? What is it saying?
It says, it looks like you've been talking on this call by yourself for 5 minutes.
Messed up.
It's like Clippy. Let's hope it pops right up. Yeah, I'm just hoping it's easy enough to do. Yay, okay, awesome. Except I gotta make it bigger. There we go. Alright, so let's join it. So this is Satisfactory. You're basically building a base. You're someone that was sent to an alien planet to sort of inhabit it and sort of get it up to speed and stuff like that. And you're building your all on your own. Got to find the materials on the planet. That's as much story really. So we'll get in.
Never heard of this before.
Yeah, it's in early access. I saw it on Giant Bomb. And been holding off getting it, and then finally it went on sale for I think $30, and then I still had my $10 coupon from the Epic sale a few months ago or a month ago. God, time doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, it really doesn't.
So let this load up here. All right. All right, so we will start out. Okay. So. looks a little jittery on the stream. But I'll be real fast.
It'll catch up.
No, I might need to... Yes, I'm not dropping any frames, but... Game's just running terrible. So anyway, so this is your hub. This is where I get my quest from. I'm currently trying to get milestones. As you can see up in the upper right, this is where you build things. You know, if you want to do it manually. But you can also do this. I have set up these conveyor belts. So this is a mining truck here. You know, picking up iron. And then that is taking the iron down here. And around. Feeding into this smelter here. Which is turning it into iron ingots. And then I have these ingots going into... power's out. Into these constructors. Where... this constructor is making iron rods. This one is making iron plates. Is that right? Yes. And then let me figure out which thing doesn't have power. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's power this up. There we go. Okay. Now we're backing up and running. Okay, so like I said, one side here doing plates, one side's doing rods. Over here in the middle is where the grass I'm finding is being fed into this to make this biomass stuff, which is the fuel. But then that's being fed into this up here, which turns it into better fuel back here. Yeah, so this is... Let me get up in my thing just so I can show you that. And there's also a... this thing here is my copper coming in. I'm making copper tubing here. And... I'll go up my ladder here.
Do you build all the conveyor belts yourself, or does it like connect automatically?
No, I have to build them. I have to connect them, but... Oh, and before I go up there, down here is where my limestone factory is. That's where I make concrete.
What is that thing?
What?
Walking around.
Oh, that's probably an animal. Those are the good animals, the big guys.
There's bad ones in this?
Yeah, there's little bastards with shells on their backs, and another ones that spit fire at me.
Oh, nice.
So we'll go up in my little lookout tower here, just so you can see everything. So it goes all the way out and down there. This is my space elevator. That's where I send stuff back to the company. I have that thing there, converts those copper things into basically money for me. But I currently have it stopped because I need to replenish this thing here. And then, yeah, I think that's about it. Just basically is what you do. You run around and you get these recipes because I got to make the stuff that's in that milestone to get the next thing. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, no, I only lost a thing of health. And that's the other thing. They don't care about you. They only care about the property. So anytime you get hurt, it's not like damage to you. It's like damage to their suit.
Oh, jeez.
That they worry about. They're like, oh, you're damaging the suit.
How dare you fall down and damage my suit?
Yeah. So, let me just clear out these things while I'm here.
You get sucked into one of those things and die?
No. You basically stop. But yeah, these are all storage units here. That's where my iron plate stuff goes. This is reinforced iron plates going there from the assembler here. Which the assembler is... it's feeding iron plates here into one side, feeding screws into the other side, and then making the plate. And then down here is where I am also taking these iron plates and screws and turning them into rotors all the way over here. Let's clear this out. Yeah, so essentially that's what this game is. A lot of people get a lot more organized than I am. I know where everything is. It's literally like I am as a person, Jen. Where I'm like, this looks like a mess, but I know I know what each and every one of these storage containers have in them.
You definitely do.
Like, this is my iron rods. Yeah, so essentially that's what the game is. It's an early access. I'll go to the hub real fast to show that off. Yeah. And the other part of the game they've added recently is this thing. It's called the MAME. And this is basically your upgrade tree for things. Over here. But essentially the whole game is you want to go to this thing here and you want to upgrade the tiers here. So I got the first 4 tiers. I'm finishing tier 3. I'm going to be able to start doing steel soon. So we will finish that, and then I go to tier 4, and it's just sort of that. It's another one of those games. It's a very me game.
I think you definitely would like Minecraft, I must say.
Yeah. I think it's the building part that I wouldn't like. Like, I would love to go scavenge for things and stuff, but yeah. So, yeah, I got my iron and coppers in here, and I'm back here. I believe this is where my cables are. Yep, got my cables. Let me go drop those off. I'm gonna do this real fast before we call it, just because I want to show you how ridiculous this gets. Oh no, I want them in here. Oh, I don't have enough room in there. Yeah, so the 2 things I have a lot of are concrete. Like, that's all concrete. So, was that like 8 across, 9 across? So. Yeah, I'm just going to drop all these here. Should probably put one of these. But yeah, so if you're into these kind of games out there watching, and if you're watching Trucking, you are into weird games like this. You know, it's in early access, so things are improving. Like, next thing I'm also going to be doing is getting coal power. I should probably keep that cable in case I need it. Swap these. Yep. So yeah, the one downside is my copper is really far away, so that was a lot to build. So let's.
You ever run out of the resources that you find and then you have to move?
Not
Or
sure.
is it just...
I have not gotten to that point yet.
Gotcha.
So let me. All right. Grab this. There we go. Now I have probably like 200 to 300, 22 to 2300 things of concrete, which mainly when the next step in my base building is that I'm going to actually build, like, you can build like levels and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll show real quick for people that are curious. This is the last thing. This is your menu. These are your main buildings, like that you build as you go through. Got your production.
Awesome shop.
Yep. Yeah, that's basically to, like, you can buy resources. So this is your production stuff. So to be able to get coal power, the coal's got to be near water. So there's that, and all the different conveyor belts you can have, and then all the pipes for the water. And then this, boxes and buffers and stuff for water. And then this is what I was talking about with the concrete. You get all this foundation and ramps that you
Hmm.
can build like a little hub
It's cool.
if you want to. Yeah, it's fun. And I do have trucks now. I can have a tractor and jump pads. But yeah, so I wanted to show that off because I'm not going to do a full stream of it because it is very boring. Despite the fact that I played it for 8 straight hours when I first got it.
Dang.
That's how I got to this point. Um, yeah, I loved it. This right here. Oh, that'll actually work. Nice.
Oh.
They won't clip. I mean, I only have one place that clips, which I will show right here. But yeah, so yeah, I just want to show it off because I talked about it on stream, on stream on the podcast. Um, just for anybody that may have been curious about it, that also watches our stream. Yeah, so I only have one clipping, and it's right here. Yeah, for an early access game, that's pretty good. That this is the worst that can happen.
Yeah.
Is here. There's no other judges. Yeah, so thank you all for joining me. We'll just stare at my space elevator. As usual, I'll let Jen. Do you want to promote the social media stuff?
Sure. I'm sure you've heard it a million times by now, but we are officially branded on most of our social media channels. So you can search at Game Vault Pod on either Twitter, Twitch, or Instagram, and we will pop up there for you. If you want to reach out to us, it is through email. It is videodamies@gmail.com. Anywhere you want to reach out to us is fine with us. If you want to send us suggestions for games that we should play, maybe some feedback on our streams, or if you want to yell at us, whatever, you just reach out to us anywhere you'd like, and we're happy to hear from you guys. Recently we've gotten a few new followers, really appreciative of all of you, and we're looking forward to meeting more of you, so definitely reach out to us on social media. If you look down below here in our Twitch bio, you will see Stone Age Gamer is a logo down below. That is an affiliate company that we're partnered with. They sell retro games, consoles, parts, all kinds of good stuff. So if that is something that you're interested in and you click through their logo on our bio, we do get a little bit of a kickback. So I'm sure they and we would appreciate that as well. Thanks for pointing that out, Mark. That was good. And I think that's pretty much it as far as social media goes.
Yeah, so
is usually our best place to find our most accurate stream schedule. So we'll try our best to keep you updated there.
Yeah, so, and the podcast, as usual, Stranger Damies every Wednesday, strangerdamies.podbean.com. Just search for it on Instagram, iTunes, Google Play. You'll find the podcast there. It, like I said, Jen Brian mentioned, Instagram we have for all of our podcasts. So Stranger Damies is Stranger Damies. And then our other podcast, They Call This a Movie, airs every Thursday. That's on the main Damies Instagram and Twitters. And you can do theycallthismovie.podbean.com, iTunes, Google Play. You can just search. You'll find it anywhere that you get your podcast. I don't know if you mentioned it, but every other Monday we do the podcast for this. So check that out. We just aired one Monday, so it won't be for a couple weeks. And then, like Jen said, keep an eye on the schedule for the streams. Some games may be changing now. We're sort of still feeling it out. Things will definitely change in August, as we get, a little more settled with our streaming setups and stuff like that. So be on the lookout. We're going to be bringing you more content as we go. So,
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen, for joining me. Thank you,
Problem.
Tom in the chat, Dan, and my driving instructor, Anthony, for joining me for the trucking stream. I also like that I showed you another boring game for 10 minutes as well. But, yeah, Satisfactor is insane in what you can do with it. But, so we'll see you guys tomorrow night, Jen?
That's the plan.
Yep. For Dead by Daylight. So,
Yeah.
And I will be joining her. So, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.